Well, hello there, YouTube. I'm out for a ride today. It's Sunday afternoon, March 31st. I took it out for a ride yesterday just to test things out. So it's a little cool. It's only 53 degrees, so we had a cool front come in yesterday. And I think it's supposed to be like warm up during the week. So see, I got 84 on Thursday, which would be my day off. So I'll take off and go for a ride and hopefully avoid all road debris. But anyway, one of the topics I wanted to talk about was my wife and I travel a lot on this thing. I mean, a lot. I have almost 75,000 miles on it already, and it's a 14. So we travel. Watch out, Birdie. So we travel quite a bit, and you know, all around the country. So we've always hit some really adverse weather. I mean, and just some of the things that we've run across, you know, traveling so much, it's just kind of odd. I think obviously a couple of times or a couple of days we hit 109 degrees, and my wife was on the back, said, "Hey, we need to pull over." And I told her, "We're only 8 miles from someplace." She goes, "You need to pull over now." She was passing out from the heat on the backside, so we pulled over and soaked ourselves with the wet vest. And another time, I think the first year we went, oh gosh, we were in New Mexico, and it was a blue sky. I saw one dark cloud, one storm cloud, just one cloud, and it blew in on us, and the wind had to hit 60-70 miles an hour from one cloud, and it rained sideways. And my wife, it was the first year we went, so my wife's freaking out. She's just going to tip us over. It's going to blow us off the road, you know. She was freaking out. But one cloud. I couldn't believe it. I've never seen anything like that in my life, with just one cloud. The rest of the sky was blue. So that was another time. I think probably one of the worst times, we were in Arizona, and I'm pulling the trailer. It's like probably 50-60 mile an hour wind again. It was blowing sideways, and I see this great big huge sagebrush blowing. It had like a 6-inch trunk on it, and it's blowing across the road. I'm thinking, oh crap. I was watching and I watched that. Should I speed up or should I slow down? Well, I sped up, and it broadsided us, and my leg was bleeding. My wife had thorns in her shoes, and I busted the rear front fender, the side case that covers the brakes, and they were pulling trees, branches out from underneath the bike and inside the bike, and just took us like 10 minutes or 15 minutes to pull all the branches out. And I didn't realize it broke that stuff until I got home several months later and took it apart and was going to do something with the brakes, and it was all broken. So I didn't even realize that. I'd have turned that into insurance if I'd have known at the time. So that was a bad time too. Oh, and then one time we were in Arizona as well. We were in the mountains in Arizona. We were coming, I guess, east from the west. And we were up high, and I saw these big, huge, dark cloud way off in the distance. And I told myself, oh crap, we're going to get wet. And the closer I got, I'm going to get over here and go get some gas. The closer I got, I'm thinking, man, that's not rain clouds. And the closer I got, it was smoke. And we get to Show Low, Arizona, and it's late, so we got a hotel room. And we asked the lady in the hotel, you know, how far is this fire away? And she told us, oh, it's 10 miles away. So we got a room. We walked over to a restaurant and had dinner, and there was no one in the restaurant, maybe a couple other people. And I asked the waiter, what's going on? How come nobody's around? And he goes, people are evacuating because of that fire. And I go, well, how far away is the fire? And he says, probably about less than a mile. So I'm thinking, holy crap. So that's probably the best Mexican food I've ever had in my life, and I scarfed it down in like 30 seconds. And got back to the hotel, and my bike is covered in ash. So we get back to the hotel. We told this lady, yeah, we're leaving. You know, we need to get our money back. And she understood, and she gave us our money back. And we drove another 50 miles, I think either north or east. Anyway, we drove 50 miles away from the fire. And it burned like 80,000 acres. And it didn't actually get into Show Low, but it was like less than a mile away. So we stood in line at this hotel 50 miles away. We're standing in line because people are evacuating. We got the very last room at this place, and it was 50 miles away. So that was one thing. And then oh gosh, how many other things? Last year we went to Illinois, the Midwest. Oh, my shield's fogging up because of the cold out. We went to the Midwest, and that'll be the very last time I ever ride a motorcycle from Texas to the Midwest, to up the Streeter, Illinois, and up like 60 miles southwest of Chicago. We hit storms going up there, and I swear we were going through a tornado because there were trees blowing across the road, and got my flashers on, and I'm going really slow, and I'm thinking, holy crap, and it's raining sideways. We hit a couple of those up there, and my trailer lights, we have so much rain, it's like driving through a lake. We had so much rain, my trailer lights completely filled up full of water and burnt the bulbs out. That was so much rain. So and then we hit the same thing on the way back. We were going through actually a lightning storm. There was lightning just boom hitting like 50-60 feet away from us. I'm thinking, oh crap, I was scared going really slow, but it was this lightning and buckets of rain coming down, and the lightning was just striking all around us. I'm thinking, God, if we get hit, we're dead. You know, you can't stop anywhere because you're out in the middle of nowhere. So we've had that, and I'll never go in the Midwest again on my motorcycle ever. I was going to go west. At least we just get a couple little better rains. We don't get downpoured. Anyway, I know it's going to be a long video, but that's kind of some of the adventurous snafus we've run into traveling so much on this thing. Anyway, bye. Oh, I got one more thing. It's not weather related or, you know, anything like that, but as we were traveling, I think we were in Breckenridge, and we're driving around looking for this place to stay at, and I go down this little like embankment. It goes down and curves, and all of a sudden, boom, there's a garage door, and I can't turn around. I can't do anything, and I had my trailer on. Of course, if you guys know the Goldwing, it's got an electric reverse that's weak. If you're even on a rock or slightly backing uphill, it won't go. So I had to I'm glad no other cars came in to that garage, but I had to disconnect the trailer. You know, my wife had to push on the front of the fairing because we were on such a hill and embankment. She had to push on the front of the bike to help me back up in reverse because we were just at such a hill. And so I got the bike turned around, turned the trailer around, because that trailer's heavy. When we travel, man, that trailer's extremely heavy. Got a cooler on the front that's full of, it's just really heavy. And so I hooked it back up and we drove out, but it took like, you know, more than 30 minutes to do all that because I had to find the keys to unlock the lock I had on it and all that crap. And anyway, it's just weird stuff that you run into when you travel. Bye. Oh, hello there, YouTube. I thought of a couple more things that happened on our trip. That one year we were in Utah, where we saw these people on a bus. They were talking to us because they saw the Goldwing, and they were, you know, retirement people, and they're telling us we got to go to Bryce. We've never been to Bryce before. So we rode up to Bryce, and in that area is the only area we hit rain, sleet, snow, and hail all on the one road. And I can tell you, hail hurts like hell on the back of your hands. And luckily we got to a subway at an intersection right there going up in the Bryce. We hit a subway and we went in and got a sandwich, and it just came down. The parking lot was full of big, huge hail. And luckily there's nothing metal on this thing, so it didn't hurt the bike at all, but everything's just covered in hail. And then there's one more thing I forgot. When we were going to Illinois last year, we were still in Texas. I don't know if any of you know these big old turkey buzzards. But these great big old ugly birds that eat all the dead animals along the side of the road. But a turkey buzzard just kind of swooped down and boom, just nailed me right in the windshield. And luckily it hit right down here and right through here. And I mean, these things probably have 8-foot wingspans. They're that big. And it nailed me, and I'm thinking, oh crap, if it would have hit me in the head, it would have killed me. It would have killed my wife too, because my heads would have met, and it would have, if that thing would have hit me in the head, it would have killed me. Luckily, somebody was watching out for me, but it hit right down below on the lower part of the, even if it hit here, it probably would have broke that. But it hit low, and there was feathers and fur all over me right here through this thing, and this thing was full of feathers and fur. And we rode for a few more miles. We pulled in a Sonic, and some really nice young people. They were probably in their 20s, a whole car full, maybe going back to college or coming from or whatever on a road trip. And they pulled in and asked if we were okay. And they saw my GoPro and they figured, did you get that on GoPro? No, I didn't even have it on. But you know, that was pretty lucky, because we could have been killed pretty easily if it would have just hit me in the head, because those things, you know, it's like a turkey hitting you in the head. Anyway, bah. Oh, that last year as well, we were coming home, and I could feel something was going terribly wrong. And it was this thing has two U-joints, one in front and one in the back. And the U-joint was going out, and I told my wife, oh crap, you know, we need to pull over. And we're in Louisiana, and I said, we need to pull over, we're going to get stranded on the road. And I pointed to this hotel up on the hill, and it was really a bad, ugly, really dumpy, single level, old, probably 50s style. And she goes, I would rather get stranded alongside of the road than stay in that place. So I says, okay, you may get your wish. So I'm limping probably 40 miles an hour tops, limping all the way for like 50 more miles. I was like, oh god, this is getting worse. We made it to Minden, Louisiana, and we stayed got a hotel room, and it was late, so I called AAA the next morning and arranged a tow, and I called Motortrike, and I told them, you guys are the closest to me. There's no dealers anywhere close to me. You're the closest. And they said, well, they're training technicians there from around the state. And I said, well, I don't have any choice. So they said, okay, we'll get you in there. So I had it towed to Motortrike, and they fixed everything for free, which is really cool. Put a new U-joint on the front, and apparently my sway bar bolts were broken off. I was wondering why I was having such a hard time steering. Hard steering takes a lot of strength to steer left or right when you're in a turn, and that's what it was. And anyway, I had to have that towed, and my wife, we rented a car to go to Troop to follow my bike there, and of course she didn't want to get back on the bike, so she drove the rental car all the way home. We turned it in here, and I rode the bike all the way from East Texas all by myself, which was okay. But anyway, everything's working great. Bah. If I think of some more, I'll